actually gonna throw some questions at you, and you're gonna be put on the spot. Sorry. How many sports events did you guys actually go to this year?
I've only been to one. I'll put my hands up, I'll be honest. I've been to one.
For your honesty.
0.
So why do you think you're capable of doing this?
Because I've organised previous sports events as well. Towards the start of the term, I wasn't as involved in Abacus, but as more of my friends are involved in Abacus, therefore I feel like I want to be part of it now.
Chris?
1.
Oh,
I saw you there. Do you remember?
Make it 2 at the round.
Yeah, I did actually want to go to the military one, but I couldn't because I was at home. It was on a Saturday, so it was the timing for that one. And I went to badminton as well. It was quite fun.
How much do you bench relative to your body weight?
She can start.
Could you just factor in the fact that I'm a girl, okay?
Girls can go to the gym.
Yeah, I do. But you cannot expect me to bench as much as them. I can bench like half my body weight.
Okay.
But
80% of my
8%?
It's not a lot though.
Chris?
I don't know.
What was it?
90.
He doesn't bench.
120. 130.
Chris, since you're going into third year, how would you manage like third year studies and your captaining the badminton team and Abacus sports?
If I get sports sec, I won't be captain of the badminton team next year to make space for Abacus. Yeah.
Sense of sacrifice, I like it.
Yeah.
So how many sports events will you host per month, let's say?
Oh, I can start, yeah. Ideally, I would want to hold 2, but obviously I'd have to see, like, I would personally send out, like, questionnaires or whatever to see how many people want to do a certain event. Because I also know, like, certain sporting events are more popular than others, so I'd probably hold the more popular ones more often, like football, basketball. I'm sure that's more popular than... Even dodgeball is probably more popular, but more than, like, bouldering or something, tennis or whatever, I'm sure not many people turn up to those. So,
What do you do if someone gets injured at your sports event?
Let's start with Gerald.
Sure. I mean, in terms of doing sports events, you have to factor in like injuries or something, some kind of like contingency plan when it comes to like injuries. So I mean, ideally, in an ideal world, we have like a medical team, but that's not really sustainable for like a small-scale sports event. But just having people be aware and being able to like rely on people to like give you on-the-spot treatment, that'll be helpful.
Do you have anything to add?
Well, yeah, obviously it means like the severity of the injury will obviously like sort of fell over, it's not that deep. Hopefully we have like a small first aid kit for anything like not severe. Obviously, like, I don't know, hypothetically if someone like passed out or something, we probably have to like stop the event for the time being, make sure they're all okay, maybe call relevant people. Obviously it's all dependent on the severity. If it's not that severe, then the rest of the event can probably continue, but if it gets to the point where like this person needs like actual medical attention, then we have to like terminate the event just for that safety.
So at the bigger sports events, like there's when we fill out a sheet to like book the venue, they do require you to have at least 2 medically trained people on site. So we do that. Like I've asked other people, so that's what we do in that situation.
One of you guys is also going to be well-being officer. On the boat party, we had sexual harassment accusations. What do you do to help out the person who is affected by the sexual harassment?
I think when it comes to stuff like SA, spiking, and all these like pretty tacky issues, it's good to provide a support system for them. Know that there are people within the committee, within like participants in Abacus that will provide support for you and will give you the relevant help, hotlines, any treatment that you need. But over and above that, that's a bigger image. It's like we don't want Abacus to have any bad reputation when it comes to this, so we need to address this issue when it arises, as soon as it arises, so that we don't have any like speculation or any like people trying to stir saying that Abacus events are potentially dangerous for girls, especially if this whole SA thing, like they're not really incentivized to come to these events because it has a bad image already.
And let's say it was a girl who was affected by this and she doesn't want to speak to the well-being officer because he's a guy and she'd rather speak to a girl. Who do you direct her to?
the girl who's in the committee, and then I would tell them to speak to her, and then if at a later point they want to come speak to me, and also direct them to like contacts like UCL, of course, because those are probably the best to go to, because I'm sure the girl would probably also do the same directly to UCL, because they're actually trained to deal with these scenarios.
Or I could just be the well-being officer.
So sports events are mainly very guy-oriented. How would you make sure that more girls or more people are involved?
Yeah, I touched on this earlier. I would, on top of like holding like freshers only, maybe sports events, I would also do something where it could literally just be females only, males only, but also if we didn't want to do that, we could also do like, this event's going to take place, it's going to be males with females, hopefully people find that fun, and hopefully that's like, people want to get like girl power going, you know, it's like, yeah guys, let's beat them at dodgeball.